Hello, it is Nick Zangl. Welcome to my channel if you have not been here before, and if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back and taking some time out of your day to connect with me on this channel. So we are going to start this year in a similar way that we ended last year. So this is the first video I'm making of 2021, and it'll be centered around Katie Joy, who is the host, owner, whatever, of the YouTube channel Without a Crystal Ball. And she seems to be the gift that keeps on giving. And since a lot of you found my channel at the end of 2020 because of my videos about my thoughts on the whole situation she's in and all of the troubles that have happened with that, I thought I would, in the name of fairness, start this year the same, but give a little bit of a different take on the topic in the form of some of my opinions that aren't really the most popular or might contrast or contradict some of the opinions being expressed by other YouTube creators in the commentary space who are covering Katie Joy. I personally don't like what she's doing, but there are some things that people are criticizing that I don't necessarily agree with, so I want to give those opinions in this video. And also, we have to keep in mind that clearly some people like her and obviously are still watching her, whether it's because they know what's going on and outside of her channel and from things other people are reporting and they are just dismissing it, or maybe it's not bad enough for them to completely stop watching, or maybe they haven't found out other information that maybe we have, who are the people who are covering this and kind of looking at other things outside of her YouTube channel. Maybe they don't see those things yet, and maybe they haven't come across those things and they're just taking whatever they're watching at face value. I think it's important to remember those things because not everyone learns all the information that everyone else has at the same time. So the first thing I want to talk about is the criticism of her looks and some of her mannerisms. Now, some people have been complaining that they can't stand her face because she has what appears to be a migrating chin implant from what I've seen before and after pictures. And some people don't like the way she always touches her hair and fondles with her hair and kind of is always touching. Some people have even said that maybe they think that she has bad hygiene or poor hygiene because maybe her hair looks dirty sometimes. I personally think people are only really noticing her looks at this point because they're actually seeing something internally in her, or they're seeing some of that internal ugliness of her come out by what she says and some of her actions. So I personally believe that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I know it's kind of a cliche, but I think she exemplifies that in this case because I don't know if anyone really talked about her looks before she started really going after people. And it probably wasn't until a few people decided to point it out that now you start noticing it. I don't think her looks per se are the problem or should be considered and if you like her or not. But I do think the fact that a lot of people are pointing this out, and maybe some people see that as kind of another thing to add to the list of things they don't like about her, is a symptom of her inner ugliness coming out. And personally, I am not really for or against anybody altering their appearance in any way. I hope that if anyone alters their appearance in a way that maybe will be hard to reverse or irreversible at all in general, would do the research and know what they're getting into before they do it, and know that maybe some things will never go back to normal, and that if for some reason they would change their mind, that they would have to live with that decision for the rest of their life. So I don't know. I'm not really going to bash her for potentially getting any plastic surgery or warn anyone against it, because who am I to say what you can do with your body? I believe in my body, my choice. I know some opinions or some things that I hold as values, or some groups that I sometimes associate with appear to have this label or this branding of maybe not supportive of the whole my body, my choice movement. But I personally believe in that in all of its forms, and I'm unwavering from that, and I believe that that should be in all cases, and I'll leave it at that. You can go back to my other videos to kind of figure out more of that thoughts, or if you want to hear my thoughts on that, kind of where I stand on certain situations, leave it in the comment section. Maybe I'll cover it on one of my more political leaning cultural type videos. But let's get on to the next one. So the other thing is regarding her parenting, and a lot of the criticism about her parenting comes from the fact that people see how much time she spends online and how much time she spends on live streams and how many videos she puts out. And people have criticized her not only for her YouTube presence, but also her Twitter and other Instagram presence, and how much time she spends interacting with people, sometimes even fighting with people, quote unquote fighting with people in her comment sections or in her replies. And to be honest, I disagree with people criticizing how she spends her time. One, because I don't like people telling me how to spend my time. First of all, let me just make this very clear. I am not a parent. I don't have any kids. I don't have a spouse. I am single. I don't have much of a social life. So for me, if someone were to criticize kind of how I spend my time, I don't really care, because I don't have much responsibility outside of my job that provides me the opportunity or provides for my lifestyle where I can be on my own. However, when I have a family and kids, I would not want someone judging me on how I spend my time, because they probably don't know the whole story about what's going on. I could be really stressed and need an outlet to kind of decompress. It could be my only income source or another income source that helps me pay my bills. And I would much rather, and this could be controversial and I might change my mind at some point in the future, but I would much rather have someone spend a little less time with their family, still be and be able to take care of them, than have to rely on assistance from the government or from anyone else to live their lifestyle. And I know that could be controversial, but at least that gives someone the opportunity to maybe get ahead a little bit so they can eventually spend more time with them, or it makes them value that time they do spend with their family even more and make it more quality of time. So the criticism of her and how much time she spends online, I think, is not necessarily the best way to criticize her, because at the end of the day, if the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think any of us would want someone to be judging us on how we spend our time. And also, I find that, I don't want to say she has like the best situation, but I think a lot of people deep down inside, especially now with the way the world is, where we have a lot of people who are now working from home and maybe have a little bit more flexibility in their time, but also realize some of the benefits of working from home. And it could be some people's inner jealousy coming out, knowing that Katie can work from home. She is her own boss, from what I understand, and she gets to choose how much she wants to work. And if she wants to work all these hours in a day to provide for her family or to get ahead, whatever the case may be, she can do that, because she has no one else telling her what to do, really, at the end of the day. And to be honest, that is something that I think is valuable, and something that is very, especially now, sought after in the world, because we have seen so much control trying to be taken from us, the people, from our bosses or our representatives who are not supposed to be in that high power, or not supposed to have that much power over us. I think that is one thing we should take away from Katie's situation, is maybe we should all be looking towards being more independent and more of our own bosses. And her spending her time the way she wants to, working as much as she wants to, I think that should be kind of the empowerment thing that we should all be supporting, right? And another thing on her parenting, I know there's been stories out there and some things have happened to Katie from people reporting her to child services or the government, whoever you want to label here, about some alleged behavior in her house toward her child. And this is one of those issues that I go back and forth on, because I ask myself, okay, if I was walking by someone's house and I literally saw in the window something going down that I don't support, and that could be proof that someone in that house is endangering someone else, do I call the police? Do I report it? Or do I keep walking and kind of pretend I didn't see it? Because I personally believe that parents have rights, and especially in their own private homes. So where parental rights and privacy rights kind of join together, I am very conflicted on how I feel about abuse in the home, domestic abuse in the home, especially with children. I don't personally condone or support any abuse at all, especially with children, but is it my place to report it, especially if I'm not 100% sure of what I've seen? I know there was some audio that had been enhanced online, and some people took that as evidence or as proof that something was happening in Katie Joy's home. And I think that is a very slippery slope, and I don't know if that is something that helps the cause or the position against Katie Joy. And the final unpopular opinion about Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball that I want to share in this video, this first video of 2021, is I don't think she should be banned or should be censored or even demonetized at this point. Because I think letting people show you who they are on any platform, in real life, online, offline, in your family, outside your family, whatever it may be, is a good thing. I think giving people the rope to hang themselves will eventually lead to them either changing their behavior, treating others better, or self-censoring and actually removing themselves from the situation. And like I said, I believe in individualism, self-sufficiency, being able to take care of yourself. And at the end of the day, if you don't feel that she deserves to have this platform or to make money or to provide for her family in this way, then you can just stop supporting her by either stop talking about her, stop watching her videos, whatever the case may be. And that will force either a change, like I said, or her to find other ways to make money, maybe outside of what she's doing right now. And if she is being incentivized by money to continue to create this controversy, what it will do is, and I think we're seeing this right now and over the past few months, and it might be getting worse, is it incentivizes, and this is a broader conversation that we can talk about regarding just the whole online culture and trying to get famous online or whatnot, it is this positive feedback loop of the more controversial things you do, the more attention you get, which will cause you to do more of that attention-getting actions, and it'll just keep spiraling and spiraling, presumably to a bigger degree of crazy, and eventually will turn so many people, I think, against that person that the only natural next step is less people watching, them not being able to take it anymore, and kind of taking matters into their own hands, however you want to interpret that phrase, which will in turn lead to kind of not canceling, but the either demonetization and not posting videos at all, which will eventually lead to them leaving that platform. So, all right, so that wraps up this video of unpopular opinions. One more note before I leave. I've debated if I should delay this video, but I want to start sticking to a schedule of videos posting. And right now, I'm thinking I'm going to stick to Mondays and Fridays at noon Pacific. So beginning of the week, work week, end of the work week, middle of the day on the West Coast because I'm in California. Though that's going to be my schedule for the time being. And when I stick to that over a certain amount of time, then I will maybe add one more video, potentially on a Wednesday at that same time. But make sure to look out for videos at noon on Mondays and Fridays. And I hope this video didn't suffer from me pushing or getting this video out fast, because I just got home from my holiday and I was exhausted. I tried taking a shower and kind of cleaning up and relaxing, eating, but I'm still exhausted. So maybe my energy level is a little different here, but and my eyes are probably a little red because I took a shower and rinsed off my face to kind of wake me up. But anyways, thank you so much. Like I said, thank you for all the support in 2020, and hope you had a great first few days of 2021 so far, and I look forward to talking to you in the comment section. So with that said, if you like what you saw here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below wherever you're watching this video. And if you liked what you saw here, give this video a thumbs up or the thumbs up equivalent on whatever platform you are watching. And if you liked it a lot, make sure to share this video with anyone or anywhere that you think people would like it. I would love to continue to grow this community. And we know that a lot of platforms, you have to kind of get around the censors and whatnot. So sharing these videos wherever you see fit is a great way to kind of combat that censorship. With that said, thank you so much again, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.